September was honestly kind of a slow month. Dragonheir launched, then is honestly not a bad game. Code Geass Lost Stories launched, then that really is a bad game. There were a few test phases that took place, but ultimately I felt that the month was relatively underwhelming. Honestly, you really should just check out last month's video to see what came out so you can keep up to date. But October looks much better than September, with some gacha games I had no idea were even in development. These are all games that I cover on this channel, typically as part of my Player Pass series that you should also check out, others as announcements. With this in mind, if you enjoy staying up to date with what's releasing and more specifically this series, make sure to like the video, leave a comment telling me what gacha you're most looking forward to, subscribe to the channel and hit the little bell notification. These are all things that YouTube tells me that you have to do, otherwise none of us are gonna get cookies, and we all love cookies. Oh, and make sure to check out the last episode in the series at the end of the video. In case you missed something last month, trust me, you don't want to regret missing the launch of something big. Reverse 1999 is one of the most visually stunning gacha game releases probably ever. I played the last global beta and thoroughly enjoyed myself, burning dozens of hours over just a couple days. The game takes place throughout time, slowly moving you back further and further through history as the world slowly implodes onto itself, erasing events year by year. It features turn-based combat, which I know is not for everyone. This is always a complaint that I receive when reacting to game announcements. Ew, who plays turn-based games? The only good game is an action game. Look, I love turn-based combat and I love action combat both, so this is definitely of no consequence to me. The character diversity is astounding. You'll need to experience this firsthand to really understand what I mean. The soundtrack is beautiful and the voice acting is superb. If this isn't a massive hit, then I really don't know what will be. Reverse 1999 is releasing globally on October 26th, with pre-registration currently open and available. The game will have a dedicated PC client and mobile play. This is the first time I've even heard of the game's existence, but apparently Wizardry variant Daphne is a game that has been in active development for a while now, and we're finally going to be able to play it. The studio confirmed last week that they would be holding a closed beta for the game, with applications actually closing just yesterday on September 28th. The beta test will be playable either on PC or on mobile platforms with full account cross-saving, meaning cross-play functionality implemented. The beta test will run through October theoretically and last 10 days. We don't have a definitive day at present, however. Content featured will include the first chapter, which is said to encompass roughly the first 15 to 20 hours of the game. Wizardry variant Daphne, God, such a weird name, is an old school dungeon crawler as players slowly traverse what is known as the Abyss in command-based combat. Cat Fantasy is a game for pussy lovers. Pussycat lovers, shit. For people that love playing with soft, warm kitties. Wait, oh god, that just continues to sound so wrong. Cat Fantasy allows you to live your dream of building a harem of nekkos, male and female. And honestly, from what I've seen of gameplay, it's actually a surprisingly decent quality game. The best part is that they're holding a beta test right now that lasts until October 8th. I know numerous people that have applied and gotten in, which means the chances aren't horrifically low. The only catch here is that it seems as though this beta is specifically targeted towards C players, which really shouldn't be difficult to get around if this looks like something you'd be interested in. Cat Fantasy utilizes a turn-based combat system, much like Reverse 1999, which I know, once again, might turn some people away from playing it. Before we go any further into the remainder of what we have to look forward to this month, though, let me take a moment here to thank my incredible patrons over on Patreon. You guys seriously allow for me to continue to do regular videos like this every single day. Girls Frontline 2 is arguably one of the most anticipated gacha games of 2024. Not only does it have some of the most incredible character models for waifus, but it implements fully three-dimensional graphics with two-dimensional gameplay. I know. Girls Frontline 2 has been in active development for years, alongside Neural Cloud, which launched just last year and has pretty much declined to the point of obscurity. Rep. Which, you know, at the same time, I also don't believe will happen here, given the type of game this is and how good it genuinely looks. As of September 28th, Girls Frontline 2 is fully playable in an open beta state, allowing everyone and anyone to register and download the game either via the official PC client or on mobile, fully cross-platform. The open beta will last until October 12th, so if you've been anticipating this as much as I have been, or you're just looking for something to play this month, I urge you to go ahead and check it out. It's unlikely you'll regret doing so. And if you do, then I don't know, you have bad taste in video games. If you've ever played Dungeon Fighter Online, the MMO on PC, you'll immediately recognize the kind of game that this is, as ASTRA describes themselves as being a violent 2D action RPG brawler, where players tackle numerous dungeons instances, much in the same way that you would a dungeon crawler. It seems very dark, filled with gruesome action combat, and it looks like exactly what we need in a genre so overrun with cute, vibrant games. Not that there's anything wrong with cute, vibrant games, but a little diversity never hurts. ASTRA is holding their first global beta test beginning on the 25th of September through the 8th of October, with the test phase taking place on PC and mobile platforms. This is admittedly a game that I cannot show footage for because of the kind of game it is. Gameplay seems to be a cross between a bullet hell and shoot 'em up with waifus that are legitimately out of this world. And it is fully playable. While the waifus are absolutely insane looking, much like all games of this kind, I really wouldn't anticipate it garnering a very large audience since they're really only good for one thing. Much like the aforementioned game, I can't show footage of this game due to the kind of game it is. I'm literally risking this video by even including them here, but I feel an obligation to nonetheless. I'm sure you guys can do a sufficient amount of research and decide whether it's worth it for you or not. It looks like, based off of footage that I've seen, this is a very basic, kind of, somewhat, maybe a little bit low effort auto game or turn-based game. I couldn't tell. That is literally how slow it felt. Either way, it released and is now fully playable. Tokyo Ghoul Break the Chains is a strategy card game with RPG elements that is, wait for it, based on the anime and manga of the very same name, featuring Kaneki and the cast of characters looking exactly as they did in the anime. Break the Chains will feature fully 3D characters and animation, supposedly has over 30 characters from the original series, allows for the building and maintenance of bonds with respective characters, PvP, and more. Pre-registration is currently open for the title, with the release date speculated for at some point in October, maybe November at the latest. And yes, you can smell the cash grab from miles away, an entire continent away. And that is everything. All of the Gacha games slated to release either fully or into some form of test phase this month, at least that I am actively aware of. I probably missed one, maybe 2 or 5 or 10, I don't know, that are more obscure or that I just didn't know about. That's bound to happen. If I did though, please go ahead and let me know down in the comment section below and I will do a dedicated video on them. Because the rate that new Gacha games are announced and released, it's honestly all but guaranteed that I'm gonna miss something. Nevertheless, these are the main games that I have been following. I cannot wait to fully invest time into Reverse 1999. I think Wizardry has some potential. The character models look really good. Cat Fantasy could be fun for a little while. Girls Frontline 2 is gonna be phenomenal. ASTRA could be interesting. And the rest, well, I will be doing videos on them, but I mean, that's probably the extent of the time that I'll invest into them. I plan on doing dedicated videos on each and every one of these games as they do become available, and have several videos coming in the next couple weeks on beta tests I've been a part of that you perhaps weren't. So keep an eye out for those. Otherwise, if none of these games look like games that you would be interested in, I urge you to check out one of the 2 videos on screen right now. I'm sure you'll find something that you'll enjoy. Trust me, we still have a promising remainder of the year coming.